Hello, everybody. This is Nobel Ang again, and I'm here presenting you with another chess video. So, in today's video, I'm going to present you with another checkmate, and this particular checkmate is called a smothered mate. If you're not familiar with the concept of a smothered mate, you will see very soon why it's called a smothered mate. So, in this particular checkmate, white's move, and white is able to deliver checkmate in four moves. Or in chess speak, we would say white has a mate in four. So, in order for any kind of mating combination to work out, the first move of the combination is very important. So, I would like you to pause this video for a couple of seconds and ask yourself what the first move should be in this case. Okay, ready? Right. So, the first move in this case should be Queen e5. Okay, so why Queen e5? Queen e5 sets up for a discovered check, which happens when white moves his knight out of the way. The knight that is now on c7. Okay, so black senses that trouble is brewing. So black counters with f6 in order to try to chase the queen away. White is unfazed and responds with knight takes a6 check. And actually, it is knight takes a6 double check because black is under check from both the knight and the queen. So the thing about a double check is that the only way to get out of a double check is to move the king out of the way. So black has no choice but to move the king into a8, which is very bad news, as you can see. It's always a bad news when your king is forced into a corner. Okay. So at this point, we have a mate in two for white. White can deliver checkmate in two moves. Again, I would like you to pause the video again and ask yourself what the next move should be for white. Okay, ready? Okay, the next move should be Queen b8 check. You might be thinking at this point, what the hell? I mean, why is white sacrificing his queen? And indeed, he is. He is sacrificing his queen indeed because black can easily take it with rook takes b8 check. Rook takes b8. I'm sorry. The problem with that is that this leaves the king vulnerable to knight c7 checkmate, and so the rook's taking of the queen has literally penned his king in so much that the king has no breathing space. So the king is literally smothered by his rook, leaving him to an easy prey to that checkmate by the knight. So there is I'm sure you will agree that there is a certain poetic beauty to this kind of checkmate, because usually, black's major pieces such as the rook or the queen should be more than sufficient to protect the king from any kind of danger. But in this case, it is the very proximity of the black rook to the king that basically effectively seals off any route of escape for the king, leaving the king vulnerable to that simple checkmate, knight c7. I'm sure you can see that this is, one of the most beautiful checkmates available in chess. I don't know how often you will get to play this in your chess career. To my knowledge, to my memory, I've only had the opportunity to play this checkmate once in a real life game, and it was fun. So this actually, this particular checkmate actually brings up two important things that you watch for in any kind of gate chess scenario, not just in checkmates. So let's go back a couple of moves. So first, okay, so the first thing, let me try to get this to go back. Okay, for some reason, I can't get this thing to rewind properly. So I have to sorry, hold on a second. Okay, so the first thing that you notice is that is the motive of the discovered check. And this thing is important because the discovered check, not just a discovered check, but a discovered double check. Discovered double check in this case is important because it forces the king into a situation where the only way to get out of check is to move. In most other cases, you can get out of check by capturing the offending piece or by blocking. But in this case, in a double check, none of these options is available. The only option is to move, and it's really bad if you have to move into the corner. And then the second motive here is the queen sacrifice, queen b8 check. Now, most chess players are very reluctant. There's a huge psychological reluctance to sacrifice your queen, and this is understandable because the queen is the most powerful piece on the board. And if you're down a queen, you're down by a lot of firepower. But being down by a lot of firepower is totally irrelevant if you can execute a checkmate in the next 2 or 3 or even one move, like in this case, checkmate. So there are two things that are important, from this particular checkmate. First thing is the importance of double checks. So execute a double check when you have the opportunity to do so. The second thing that is important is the queen sacrifice. If you know what you are doing, you should definitely sacrifice your queen if it can either gain you major material or if it can allow you to win the game in a couple of moves, like in this case. Okay, so that brings me to the end of this particular presentation. Thank you for watching. I don't have any ideas as to what I would like to do in future videos. I could either present more checkmates, or I could present maybe a couple of tactics, or maybe I could even talk about my favorite openings. So if you have any ideas about what you would like to see in future videos, please feel free to express those ideas in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you soon.